He is currently attending East Tennessee State University, getting a master's degree in storytelling after receiving a BA in theater from the University of Tennessee in 2009. Kenny was born into a family with 9 brothers and sisters, but he was the only one born with a disability of deafness. Kenny's dream is to reach millions of people, especially children with disabilities, to get them to love themselves and to rise above anything that is given to them. He wants to give them hope, and most of all, he wants to make them laugh. We are happy to have Kenny tonight competing with his presentation called I Am the Potter and You Are the Clay.
Howdy. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? Because I can't hear nothing. I think I can do a commercial. What do y'all think? One of the things I want to do to share with you, when I heard about the topic about history and faith, I gave it a lot of thought. I prayed and I prayed. I even went into the woods. I said, Lord, what can I tell these people to make them understand about my life, history, and faith? He said, talk about your life. I've been molding and making you. Did not put you in the arms of your mother as a child 56 years ago. So I decided, this is a story I love to share with you. I believe that history is individual of all of us. Every time we're born, history changes. It's not always when you hear about a war, or somebody becomes the first president, or somebody this, somebody that. History. And it's like, do you know that every time one of us is born, you become a mother, a grandmother, you got a brother or a sister. Your life changes. It's not the same anymore. Because when somebody's born after you, you're not the favorite one anymore. Believe me, I know. One of the greatest joy I've had knowing the Lord is that growing up, my mother had 9 children. I'm number 7. And I was the only child born with deafness. None of my relatives, my grandparents, nobody was born with deafness. It was interesting. It was different. As I go through my life in years until I got to the point where I'm at today, it was but a few years ago, I prayed to the Lord, because I want to take you back and take you on a journey of how he molded me to what I am today. A few years ago, I said, dear Lord, I'm always getting sick. I'm having problems. I'm different. People keep coming up to me. Oh, I'm sorry, you're deaf. And I said, well, I'm sorry, you're hearing. We're even. But I'm going to get that for the rest of my life, he said, because this is who you are. Now, go to sleep. And he gave me a dream. And this is the dream that the good Lord gave me. I awoke and I felt so good, and I've noticed over in the corner there's this huge block of clay, the size of a refrigerator, just clay. And next to it was the good Lord himself. I can't. Hey, Lord, you remember that prayer you said? Which one? I pray every day. The one where you said you couldn't understand why hearing people always have a slang in the Bible. All through the Bible growing up, I heard my foster mother. My parents died when I was 8 years old, both of them. We moved from Dallas and we went to Memphis. My foster mother was a powerful, strong Christian woman. Boy, did she love the Lord. I felt like she loved him better than me. Now I know why. But the thing is, I didn't understand as a little boy. Is that when people talk, I don't understand you. And when I talk, you didn't understand me. Because my speech didn't begin until I was 10. The Lord said, keep going. And watch what I do. And what he did, he reached for that refrigerator and grabbed a hand chunk of clay. It was wet, moist. It was a beautiful piece of clay. He goes, watch. He crushed it. And he handed the next person, my mother, here, your child. Isn't that awesome? He made me out of clay. Then he'd get it again. He did it 8 times. I looked around. Those are my brothers and sisters, and they're still ugly. I did my best, I know. But the thing he was trying to show me is, we all are still made from the same clay. Well, through the years, I always wondered why I had to be number 7. And I had an evangelist once told me, don't feel so sad. You know what God's favorite number is? 7. On the 7th day, he rested. I went to elementary school, and I was just walking down the hall. Well, before I just dragged my head, because I'm deaf, I'm different. I walked down the hall like this. Kenneth, what's happening? You look different. You look excited. You got bunkers in your eye. I'm number 7. Number 7, I'm perfect. Yeah, I'm God's favorite number. Who said? God did. Okay. As I kept getting older, I realized I couldn't wait till I became a teenager when people quit making fun of me. Did y'all know in the 1st grade and the 2nd grade, they put me in mental retarded class? I love it. Don't feel sorry for me. I have a story to tell called The Magical Crayon. I wouldn't be what I am today as a performer because it wasn't for the magical crayon. Because they put me in the back row, and the Lord was still molding me. Because all the people could see was a retarded child who couldn't speak. But the Lord said, I'm not finished with him yet. They didn't know it. And the beauty is, I sat in the back and did crayon. I did that every day. A psychiatrist would come in and said, what do you draw? It's a butterfly. He goes, creative, you got a B. Okay, and they call me retarded? Sure. A few days later, I drew another picture of a butterfly. I got tired of drawing the same thing, so I drew a picture of a woman on it. He came in and said, now what did you create this time? It's a butterfly, my mother's flying it. Oh my God, you got an A. This is what life is about. It's great. And all the kids in front of me kept looking back. One of the kids, what is it? I want to sit back there with Kenny. You can't. Why not? He's retarded. Everybody got quiet. Then all of a sudden, all the hands of the kids just went up like this. They're going, okay, what is it y'all want? We want to be retarded. Now I know why I'm number 7. You wouldn't believe how many phone calls my mother got. My son wants to be retarded because of your son. Well, be proud of it. Hung up. That's when I know I had wonderful parents. They didn't see me retarded. They saw me as that precious piece of clay of a baby growing to be a little boy. Well, after my parents died, I had a foster father. He didn't want me. Even him called me retarded. He said, you're no good. I like your other brother and sister, but you're just in the way. You're retarded. You can't talk. I was sad. But God told me at the time, molding me. I'm not finished with you yet. Well, my father and mother believed in a man named Jesus. Well, shortly after my mother died, my mother always was on Saturday. I watched Casper the Friendly Ghost. Then when I went to live with my father's mother, she started talking about this ghost named Jesus. He was a Holy Ghost, and I thought she was a nut. She's believing this man. She said, where is he? He's all around you, Kenny. And then time I got hurt, or fell, busted my knee, or felt sad, somebody called me retarded. My father's mother looked at me in the eye, and she said, God's not finished with you yet. He's still molding you. And I'm thinking, why y'all keep talking about clay? This is crazy. And I grow up. My father's mother died 1 year before I graduated from high school. That was her dream. But at the funeral, God said, I'm not finished with you yet, Kenny. He kept wax and the clay in my ear where I still couldn't hear. Oh, I got a hearing aid. But it wasn't the same. Because when I take it off, I was still deaf.